What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and today I'm ready to do my full review on the Knife Standards RR3. Now this is in the Lefty passaround, as always, and I believe this is the second Knife Standards knife I have checked out. I know I reviewed his first one. I forget what the name is off the top of my head, and I remember liking it a good bit. And I saw him come out with this one, within the last probably 5-6 months. I was very close to purchasing it a few times, but ultimately I held off because I'm trying to be a little bit better about my sporadic and random knife purchases. But I was very, very excited to see this get tossed into the pass around from Kevin, and I have really enjoyed my time with it. It's a great EDC knife. It is all around fantastic, really good materials, good action, good ergos, just really good knife all around. This is the first liner lock that Knife Standards has done, and this is his smallest knife at the time. I think he has come out with a smaller knife, about the same size as this, but still small like this since this has come out. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to jump right into the review, starting off with the materials. This is the frosty version or variant of the RR3. We'll touch on the other couple in a few minutes. You guys can see this is a titanium scaled knife, of course, with a liner lock. You have two skinny Arctic Storm fat carbon inlays, which is really cool. You have a wire clip that is reversible lefty or righty, which is great. You guys know I love wire clips. Just nice and simplistic, unobtrusive. Really, really good options for clips, in my opinion. You have a couple ways of deploying the knife with the dual thumb studs, as well as the front flipper. You have the RR logo, which I believe RR is ATR is, this company is based off of his father, which he has said a few times. So RR is his father, which I really liked. The square pivot, you don't see square pivots that often, and I think he does a really good job of not making it too over the top and putting just enough of a design on there. It looks really, really good. You get a Vanax super clean drop point blade, which is fantastic. You guys can see those belt lines right there. I love Vanax. It's one of my favorite steels, of course, because it's rust proof. You guys know probably that Quiet Carry is a large proponent of using Vanax, and that's like the only production company that really uses it. Kevin is starting to use it. Kevin and Colin are starting to use it on Devo, and I believe Knife Standards has used it, I think, on a couple other of his models before, but just a fantastic, nice, simple drop point. I would say about, medium blade stock thickness, comes down to a real thin edge. Really, really good all around. As far as internal milling, there are a few, milling pockets on both sides, but these are, they have inset liners. So it is a little bit hefty, but it's that good hefty that makes it feel like you have a good quality, product in your hands. The titanium is orange peel too, before I forget to mention that. I'm not the biggest fan of orange peel. I think I would much rather have, just plain tie, but it's not a big deal. It's not like I hate it. It's just like, one of those things that really, I could take it or leave it. But orange ply on the titanium. Some quick specs for you guys. So the cutting edge is 2.9 inches, but a total blade length of 3.2. You have a blade stock thickness of 0.11. You have a handle length or a close length of 4.2. You have an overall length from tip to butt of 7.4. It comes in weighing exactly 4 ounces. So like I said, a little bit heavier than usual, but still, not too bad. It's not going to like weigh down your pockets. It just feels like you have a nice substantial knife in your hands. And this was made by Beztech. The other variations available are the RR Classic Stone Milled. So you have a black wash blade, black wash hardware. And then you have the titanium has milling on it. And then you have an inlay of carbon fiber. Then you have the Dark Frosty, which is the same exact version here, just a DLC coated blade. Then you have the RR3 Stone Milled, which is a stone wash blade, and the whole handle scales are milled, which is probably my second favorite version. And then you have the RR3 Supreme, which is a Damascus blade and a Damascus inlay. Pretty bougie looking. So what, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 different variations. And again, I will leave a link to his website down below if you guys are interested. But as far as materials go, Vanax, titanium, milled clip, fat carbon inlay, front flipper, dual thumb studs, great blade, all the good things. So 5 out of 5 on materials. Next up, we are going to look at aesthetic. I really like the way this knife looks. This kind of his. If you take away the blade, that handle shape is kind of his design language. Kind of blockier, more squared off handle scales and knife lines, which is great. But I think this looks really good. I love the drop point style blade. I love the inlays. Looks really good. Love the pivot. Just a clean, simple looking knife, and I really, really enjoy it. For some reason, I have really liked the way this knife looks closed. I don't know why. Well, I know why. It looks good, but for some reason, I've just been kind of like, not obsessed, but like anytime I would see someone post a picture of the knife closed, I'd just be like, damn, that is a good looking knife closed. And I don't know why. It just, with the front flippers and the thumb studs, for some reason, it just always called to me, but great looking knife aesthetically. 5 out of 5 on that. Next up is action. Now, one little small complaint is the detent is a little bit mushy on these. It's definitely not a strong detent. I would have much rather preferred to have a strong detent, but as long as you're not pulling your knife out of your pocket and your opening is like this, that's kind of weak. As long as you pull it out of your pocket, bang, it's going to open. Thumb flick works great. Reliable. Reverse flick, again, works great. Reliable. You can index finger flick it. You can slow roll it. Can I ring finger flick? Yes, you can. A little awkward, but feels great. No blade play whatsoever, so this thing is locked up real nice and tight. Front flipper works good. I wish maybe it would have had a little bit more leverage, but I like the way the aesthetics look with that. It's just flush across there. And you get used to how to operate it. But I feel like that is where, the thumb flicks and the reverse flicks are a little bit easier to overcome with the, lighter detent. But I wish they would have had, a stronger detent for the front flipper, because as soon as you pop it out, it goes like that. And you kind of, it's kind of, you have to feel the knife to experience what I'm talking about, to understand what I'm talking about. But as long as you fire through, it's no big deal. I feel like the lighter detent is a little bit more known and felt in the front flipper as opposed to the thumb studs. But not the biggest deal, not the end of the world. It's going to feel good regardless. As far as close goes, you do have an inset liner lock, which is great. You have plenty of lock bar access. Drops to your nail, bang. Drops to your nail, bang. It's not like the most, guillotine, which is fine. I mean, you guys can see I'm moving this all day and it's not moving. But regardless, it is very, very smooth, very fun to fidget with. And I'm not going to knock it for a light detent. Some people prefer that. But, it's still, again, fun to play with, fun to fidget with, reliable. So it's going to get a 5 out of 5. Next up is acoustics. Acoustics are kind of meh to me. Easily my least favorite part of the knife is the acoustics, which that's saying a lot. If that's the least favorite thing I have about your knife to say, that means your knife's pretty damn good. I mean, it's good. But it's just, I mean, it's like a typical liner lock. I feel like if there was some more internal milling, it really would have helped out. And it is a little bit thicker of a knife, so it is maybe swallowing some of those sounds. But as far as acoustics are going, we'll go 4 out of 5. It's still, I'd say it's slightly above average. Still good, but, nothing really to, get excited over. So 4 out of 5 on the acoustics. Next up is ergos. I can easily get all 4 fingers of this knife choked back. Very, very comfortable. You get a nice finger groove right there. And then, I mean, it's pretty much parallel straight lines towards the back. The pot clip is a wire clip, so you guys already know. Not going to be causing any hot spots in the slightest. Very, very comfortable to hold in the hand. My thumb lands right on the jimping right here, but I'm choked back in the saber grip. We got here in the hammer grip, reverse hammer grip. Then you have this, it's kind of, I mean, it's a choil. It's more of, you know, a landing choil up here, but very, very comfortable as well if you're doing push cuts or need to be very, very, you know, controlled with whatever you're doing. You get great coverage. If you have big mitts, I think you can still utilize this knife. You can kind of just land wherever you need to, which is very, very, very good. It's not like you have a ton of finger grooves in there to, you know, ruin any ergo experience you have going on. So yeah, I mean, it's just a simple design, which leads to simple ergos, which leads to good ergos. So as far as the RR3 and its ergos are concerned, we're going to go back to the 5 and give it a 5 out of 5. Next up is carry. Comes in weighing 4 ounces, a little bit heavy, but honestly, once it's in pocket, you can't tell whatsoever. You get a deep carry wire pocket clip, which probably shows about that much out of the, I mean, it does, I shouldn't say probably, I've had this in pocket. Just from my finger, you have about that much taken out of your pocket, so not the end of the world by any means. Pretty much flush with the edge of your pocket. It is reversible, which is nice. Easy in and out of pocket. When it's down in your pocket, you have no flipper tab, no sharp jimping, nothing of the sort, just nice, you know, edged of titanium. So if you are down underneath it, grabbing change, chapstick, when you go to pull out of there, you know, not causing an issue whatsoever. Excuse me. I did carry this in gym shorts a few times around the apartment or sweatpants. Didn't have an issue there, you know, just throwing in a pocket. Couldn't really feel it was there. There was a couple times that I sat down on the couch and, you know, I was looking around like, oh, where's my knife at? And I realized it was still in my pocket because I couldn't feel it. Trying to think if there's anything else really noteworthy to talk about with carry, and I don't think there is. You know, it's comfortable. It is what it is. Yeah, I think a 5 out of 5 is, you know, deserved in this category as well. And that leads me to my final category of price point / value / what I recommend this knife. So if you guys go and look on Knife Standards website, you guys can see that the RR3 Frosty goes for $350. Now, I'm going to come right out and say I don't have an issue with that price. It's kind of, you know, it's at the higher range of what I would expect for it, but it's definitely, you know, in the realm of possibilities for a price that I had for, you know, previous to knowing it. Would I have liked to seen maybe a little bit closer to $300? Absolutely, but I mean, you're getting a lot of value. Let me take that back. I don't think it's a value, but you're getting a lot of materials for the price. You know, it's justifying the price. However, I don't think, I know I said it was a value, that kind of came out wrong. I think for the price point, the materials you're getting are justified. I just don't think you're getting the best bang for your buck. But again, you know, Knife Standards is a small boutique brand, so, you know, knives like that tend to be a little bit more money. And I mean, one big, you know, selling point, I think, is the Vanax blade. Vanax knives tend to be more expensive because Vanax is not, you know, a super widely used steel. And you are getting titanium, you're getting really nice fat carbon inlays, you're getting thumb studs, front flipper, great ergos, great carry. You know, BezTech really, you know, can kill it from an OEM standpoint. So don't think that $350 is like outrageously priced for this. Don't think that this should be like a $200 knife, because I think $350 again is justified. It's just not the best value. But I mean, I really don't have too big of a complaint for it. Can I recommend the knife? Absolutely. This is a fantastic option for everyday carry. And I love, you know, again, the fact that Vanax is on there, rust proof, you know, which is great for a guy like me that sweats a lot in the summer. So this is a great year-round carry. I think I really like the inlay here, but I think the stone milled might edge it out just a little bit, because the stone milled has, it's like diagonal texture on the, you know, just kind of slanted parts of the scale, and then down here on the flats they are vertical, so you get a really nice, looks like a good milling pattern. And they're all $350 except for the Supreme, that is $720, but you're getting Damascus and Damascus, so you're getting all the bougie things. But can I recommend it? Absolutely. I think this is a great model. I think if you were like me and you were kind of, you know, if you like the way the knife looked, then I think you're going to like the way the knife handles. I feel wrong giving it anything less than a 5 because, again, I do think the price point is justified in the materials you're getting. And I think it's just enough of value for me to consider giving that a 5. So, you know, I don't even have to count it up. The Knife Standards RR3 is getting a 34 out of 35 for my review category, landing it in the fantastic category. And I think that's very, very justified. It's a great knife. I have thoroughly enjoyed carrying it, fidgeting with it, just spending time with it, talking like it's my friend or something. But I think it's his best design yet. I think it's his best, you know, EDC knife yet. I would love for him to come out with maybe like a budget version of this, and I know that's probably never going to happen because, you know, I should quit being a cheapskate and just, you know, pay for stuff like this. But sometimes it's hard because, you know, you can't buy everything. But this is a great knife, and I'm going to miss it, you know, once I ship it off to the next person. But yeah, 34 out of 35. That lands it with a whole slew of other knives. I'm not even going to count them up right now, but we've had a lot of 34s on the, well, I guess I can count them. It's not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this makes lucky number 13. But yeah, leave a comment below. Did any of you guys pick up the RR3, you know, when he dropped them? Or maybe, you know, you've been holding out trying to save some money for one. If you have one, do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know, as always. And as always, huge shout out to Kevin over at Lefty EDC for allowing us to always check out dope stuff for you guys. And yeah, but I'm going to wrap this up now. So like I said, this was my full review of the RR3 from Knife Standards. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, day, night, whenever you're watching this. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.